Hi Leo, welcome to your September reading. Before we get into it, we will glance our eye back to August and see what's been going on. So as I was meditating before this reading, I had an enormous sense of calm and tranquility. So there weren't exactly messages coming through for me because it was really blissful, really peaceful and really serene, really bright and optimistic. Kind of like the other cards that came through in the reading. But aside from that tone and feeling of calm and peace and even bliss that I was feeling before this reading, and I hope that's the Leo energy I'm picking up on, and that's how you've also been feeling, the Four of Swords has another meaning. And we're looking back to August now. So let's take it from now, the 23rd of August. What do you know at this point bringing you in to the month ahead? Well, you've taken the necessary rest, you've had the necessary breakthroughs, and you're in a kind of incubator at this point. And you've put yourself there, you know, there was nothing about you that isn't ready for the world yet. You knew that your readiness is why you actually took the break for yourself. The Nine of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. I will pull more cards and clear them up, but these are the cards that have come out for the month of September so far. I put the Nine of Pentacles around the energy, or like the dates ranging up to around the 11th of September, around that full moon in Pisces, the 10th, 11th. And you're really coming into your own at this point. And there's a very tangible, real accomplishment under your belt. There's treating yourself, there's luxury, there's glamour coming through at this point. All those wonderful things a Leo likes to hear. But there's substance to this. The Page of Pentacles as the energy that you end the month of September with, going past the mid-month point and leading into October with the Page of Pentacles energy. So somewhat of a new beginning. It's not brand new because the Page of Pentacles suggests that there is already an affinity with this, or an alignment with this, or some level of understanding, but you hope to have more, you hope to learn more, and you hope perhaps to step into a role where learning and understanding and research becomes more part of your focus. Let's pull more cards and fill in the gaps for August and September for you, Leo. At the bottom of the deck, actually, I wanted to bring your eye to this. That secret you've been keeping, Four of Pentacles, close to your chest, or whatever it is that you have been hunkering down on and kind of trying to contain in a sense. That makes you feel peaceful, I think. I think that makes you feel, dare I say, in control. And that has a lot of negative connotations when I say that. But let's face it. Would you rather feel in control or out of control? There's a time and a place for all ends of the spectrum to exist for us, but for the most part, I see the Four of Pentacles as something you've been keeping under wraps. We'll talk about this in a positive and a negative, but the Four of Swords will also be another four, of course, and it is a kind of linking instability here that keeping this close to your chest has, in a sense, given you greater peace of mind. However, there is such an urgency at this point with the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Like, this has to happen really quickly, or something about what you've been hunkering down on or keeping close to your chest, it can't be contained for much longer. There's such a level of course, urgency here, but for some, and now I'm thinking of keeping something secret that is not healthy for you. When I see the Star card in reverse, for some this will mean that it's long enough that you've been keeping this to yourself. I know you would like to control this, but there's something about this that tells me that it's not exactly going to be in your control. You may not have a hold of it for too much longer, with the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Wands just racing out there, and like movement happening, momentum building around this, and the rapidness of this energy overall just tells me that the time might be now for that to begin to be released. The Star card in reverse, okay, the healing can't be done from a point of, well, I guess the reversal of this card, if we look at this as just pure truth and I guess the vulnerability with being like fully expressing your truth. In reverse, I think we're just seeing you being afraid of fully expressing that. But for some, there is just a kind of rushed nature now coming through around what you've been keeping hunkered down on. The Star card in reverse, you may be losing a little bit of your hope or optimism around this. That's just a side note about something that's been kind of going on for you, I think, in a thought process. And there's like this just crunch now, like, or pressure or sense of urgency. Let's start getting into these cards. And remember, Leo, these are just general messages. While I do meditate and set intentions before each reading to reach the Leos that need to hear these messages, you may just take what resonates and just leave the rest for somebody else who's watching. So the Four of Swords, let's just go back then into August. First, just overall, what are you taking with you from August, and what was that month all about for you? Yay, the Chariot. So that's our first major arcana, really. I mean, we've seen the Star in reverse, but that's kind of like, that's a side note. This is like real deal. What have you been taking with you from August? Taking something to the next level, an upgrade, a natural leveling up, but in a more dramatic way. It feels natural to you and it feels subtle. And that's that incubation I was talking about. So this card doesn't really look it, but it is a card associated with Cancer, a very maternal energy. And the Chariot suggests in the maternal, or let's say birthing energy, that there is a certain readiness when the birth happens. The incubation phase has been long enough. So this can be applied to anything you're birthing. Anytime we're activating that kind of creative chakra, or we're just engaging in creative expression, be it writing a book, be it making a website, be it offering readings to people, that is still the energy of creation. It doesn't have to be the incubation of a physical birth, although it certainly can be, and that is what all that urgency and readiness and quickening is, for sure. So perhaps some of you are moving through that journey, but the Chariot will also just suggest that there was an internal awareness, and it had dramatic effects. So the internal incubation and just the internal sense of, I am ready for the next level. I've completed the gestation process, if you like. So the Chariot then is just showing that August was the month where you knew you were ready, when things started reaching new heights, and you were really going full steam on something. Justice card and the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. We're seeing themes of partnership here with the Two of Cups. We're also seeing that theme with the Libra card for justice, the sign of partnerships and relating to others. This can be coming through as August was a month where a romantic relationship really came to the next level, so to speak, or something entered your life. Just like, I'm just seeing like steamrolling you in this Chariot energy, and you're like, whoa, like this person just kind of, I haven't experienced a person like this before. That could have happened too. Partnerships and alignments and offers made, accepted and reached also could have come through in all senses of dynamics between people, business, friendship, romance, whatever it may be. I will link your latest love reading down below, Leo, and that is exclusive on my Patreon channel. And when you sign up to that channel, in exchange, you'll get lots of content like that, lots of extra content. So that's something that will be more focused solely on relationship dynamics between you and the other person. Let's get back to the reading. So that was August, and then let's clear up the Four of Swords before moving on to, I guess, September. We've spent so long now talking about what's been going on. Let's just clear up though, Four of Swords. You may have had a real breakthrough. It could have come to you like in a dream, even a dream-like state during a meditation. The Fool card and the Three of Wands. How exciting, how adventurous. And I see this just yellow, bright, optimistic energy. It was, when I was meditating, it was just clear, serene. I was like, I wish I could do this all the time. I wish I was in this current Leo state of embodied energy, right, all the time. But unfortunately, I'm only stepping in for about 20 minutes or the duration of this reading. So the Fool card and that Three of Wands, so exciting. Like, I mean, it speaks for itself. It's adventure, it's broadening of horizons, it's pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone to uncharted and unknown territory for you. So the Fool card is the first card of the major arcana. That would tell me that really entering the month of September, it's a brand new start. It's a new chapter in whatever it is. Is it career? Is it your personal life? Is it travel plans? Is it relocation or emigration? That's a brand new life. Or perhaps it really is kind of the expansion of your family even, and that's what's been happening for you. This is going to be a brand new adventure for you. Overall, I just see August has been, I'm no wonder you maybe needed a rest. It could have been whirlwind energy, but very exciting, very upbeat and optimistic. And it's just, I'm feeling like just this sense of the urgency then maybe is coming through with just excitement. Like, let's go with this. Like, I'm so ready to go. Okay, cool. Let's get into what you're working on in September then, or let's get into what the energies of these more grounded, earthy pentacles coming through now, telling me that it's time to, what we all have to do in Virgo season coming off the back of Leo season, right? We need to have a bit of a kind of talking to and say, get over yourself, guys. Leo season, we were just perhaps collectively expressing ourselves, saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be the best at this. This is all mine. And, you know, really stepping into your dreams around who you are yourself, really actually figuring out perhaps who you are. Everything changes in life. Leo is a fixed fire sign, so something has to stay the same for a Leo, or how Leo energy kind of essentially plays out. So fixed sense of identity is what I've been thinking about or meditating on with Leo. No matter what we have to do, and we have to make choices, and sometimes we do have to maybe people please or make sacrifices or make compromises. Sometimes we make decisions that don't honor ourselves. And in that case, we may feel like we're kind of giving a part of ourselves away. But in actual fact, I figured, this is just my theory, that Leo is able to, or reminds us to, there's always at least 1%, hopefully more, that is just not changing. It's just who you are. You know, there's that one thing that we all have and you're like, that's just me, like, or, you know, and you can really perhaps focus on that. Virgo energy, I digress there a little, but Virgo energy that you're stepping into now, this is a Venus and Virgo card actually, so we're really stepping in to, okay, that's all well and good and you're wonderful and you're the best. Yes, okay, right, sit down, Leo. Let's get real, let's get practical, let's figure out which of these goals is most achievable right now, and let's start planning and strategizing and detailing how we're going to get there, okay? So it's kind of nice, right? Because you needed that inspiration and creative burst in Leo season, and then we need the refinement that follows of that earthy energy. It's a mutable earthy energy, so there's still a lot of flexibility and movement there. So it's not going to be just like kind of like heavy dumping now. It's still very mutable, very adaptable, very busy. So the Tower in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles, which is the Virgo card at the bottom of the deck. If you are dealing with the Virgo, they're really catching you off guard. Maybe you're learning a lot about the Virgo part of your chart this season, or there's a Virgo in your life that has just I guess done another little bit of steamrolling, or just really taking you off guard, like I said. Okay, so let's look at the Nine of Pentacles and look at what your accomplishments are around September. They're very tangible, they're very obvious. You can maybe hold them. It's the real deal for you. And what does that look like? This pesty Four of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. Okay, so it's that, what you've been hunkering down on, right? So that was that, what you've been holding on to as of now. It gets to be shared, perhaps, maybe first with loved ones. Maybe it will be news that you share with your friends and family first, but maybe there will be some sort of a like stepping into this more, or an embodiment of this. It seems happy. It seems like for some it's a blast from the past. For some of you, stepping into this embodied energy means something a little more. It means something a little deeper that is rooted in a past energy. Is there a sense of proving yourself here, Leo? Or is there anyone from your past, from your school days, from the lane you grew up on, or your siblings even, or friends? Is there anybody there that, in a sense, that you want to say, well, look, I made it, or look, I did it? So that could be a factor, is what I'm saying, is what I'm thinking here. Otherwise, it seems like for a long time, because this energy is something to do with accumulation, and with the Pentacles, I'm seeing it, and then King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, and Eight of Pentacles. Sure, this is all, this earthy energy around the past is coming through around like financial decisions, and also like proving that you're worthy based on your financial situation could be coming up for you, or it's just really really feels like a necessity for you at this time in your life, that you do secure something financially, or start building up the finances. Finances look good, so this isn't a worrying talk about finances or anything. In fact, they look great, but there's something more to why you're doing this. Judgment card in reverse, because before maybe you shied away or were afraid to do it, and you may be picking up, and it may be a projection, of course, that people would say, yeah, I knew that wouldn't happen for Leo, or I knew they wouldn't do that, or they couldn't do that. So there's more to it, and really that was just, I guess, your own beliefs, and then being projected or manifesting externally, perhaps. There's something just deeper to this, that this is like, no one would argue this month that you're in a great position, and you look great, and it is all wonderful, and not just on paper. There is so much substance here. I'm just saying that there's a deeper emotional level that I think is still being kept down or suppressed for you around this. But overall, it's a gleamingly positive reading. Like, all of the cards here, and the color scheme in this deck is just so intentional via the artist's approach to represent what we think of when we think of yellow archetypally. The sun, perhaps. We might think of flowers. We might think of, like, daytime, and I like it. It's very positive. Okay, so we're just going to clear up the energy around this Page of Pentacles now. So you're going to be basically starting something somewhat new. It doesn't seem absolutely brand new, as if you've never, you're just walking in like you've at least read something on this, or at least, or else you've done courses already or had experience. Temperance in reverse, and the Tower now upright. So, okay. If there was a situation that took place, I'm going to say around even the 23rd of August, even going back a little to that, that seems to be resolving itself some way or another by the end of the month. Perhaps not fully resolved. There's still a relationship that is somewhat out of sync by the end of the month, that the issue perhaps kind of took off around the end of August. Now, just take what resonates, but I will mention that the Mercury retrograde beginning may be indicating why this is just still looking like ... by the end of September, because maybe miscommunications are still likely at that point, because there will be a Mercury retrograde at that stage. So that could be where that's coming up. Other than that, you may have run into a bit of a back and forth recently around your final decision on something. So Two of Wands, making a choice about something in reverse with the Temperance in reverse is not seeing the, what's that expression, the forest for the trees, or just not really seeing the point of something. You have now, it seems, landed on an option, but you're just not fully sure about it yet. Maybe you just need to wait until it plays out to kind of see that for yourself. And then the Tower upright at this point would kind of suggest that what you're about to learn and this new adventure that you kind of like got the gist of in August, and it really felt like, can we just start? Can we go? And you were ready for that, for sure. You were ready for that. And it's very obvious to people that you should be doing what you're doing. But I would just say that what you're about to learn, or this journey, may not fully be what you're expecting in terms of like, whoa, like my mind being blown, or like you kind of might jump to another sort of interest, or like you suddenly look into something to do with relationships, your own relationships, and kind of like the mediation between relationships and the choices you make in relationships, or just start like looking into that as an interest. That is your reading for September. It looks very exciting. So do let me know in the comments. I love to read those comments, and I always read them when I get them. If you think that this may be resonating with you on some level, or you think you know what might be in store. Other than that, it would be great if you could subscribe. Other than that, enjoy the rest of your day or evening, and see you soon.